So good evening, everybody, and thank you for having me here. As you rightly said, Isha and Pramila, that we are into a better normal, and and end of March, none of us really, in our widest dreams, thought that we will have such a different world today, and we are all now connected to a digital world. But in the healthcare space, we have seen a huge uncertainty, and the doctor and all the healthcare providers. I first thank each one of my professional colleagues and their healthcare teams for the last relentless 5 months, because we have been into adverse situations. A pandemic like COVID or Corona happens once in 100 years. After Spanish flu, we are seeing COVID today. And I don't think any one of us, when this year started in 2020, we never realized that it will be washed out so much. And we would be at the forefront battling different battles. So the biggest challenge which occurred when end of March, we had to lock down India to ensure that we save lives, build healthcare infrastructure facilities, and you know handle COVID in a very aggressive approach. From Indian perspective, we never realized that a lot of non-COVID care which we provide to our patients would get such hit. I am first of all very thankful to our government of India, all the state governments, as well as the Medical Council of India, because extremely rapidly, in its first day itself of the so-called new normal of lockdown setting in, what happened was that the Medical Council of India came out with guidance for telehealth to ensure that we are connected virtually and patient care does not get hampered because of lack of connectivity. As you know, that visiting a doctor's clinic had some amount of uncertainty, fear in the minds of the patients. And the first hurdle which we had to overcome is to negotiate that fear, that uncertainty, and give an assurance to all our patients that we are connected with them virtually, we are connected with them digitally, we are connected with them telephonically. Because today we are in digital India, we are in the new age India, we are in a better normal India. And I think in the last 5.5 months, as COVID pandemic has evolved, we have ensured that we have tried to keep the patient doctor communication through various telehealth mechanisms right up to artificial intelligence. So in the COVID space also, we have used a lot of virtual mechanisms. You know that COVID is a predictably unpredictable virus. We have crossed more than 5 million cases in COVID in India. The good thing and the silver linings of COVID in India are that we have a very good recovery rate. We have a very, very low case fatality rate. And overall, most Indians who have had COVID have been mildly symptomatic or asymptomatic. It's a rare few vulnerable groups like our senior citizens, like our comorbid conditions like hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, lung disease. They are the ones who have been vulnerable and susceptible to any fatalities. And therefore, our aim has been to save lives. And our aim has been to protect, and self-protection or Atmanirbhar, as our Honorable Prime Minister has said, has been the core in this theme. Consistently, the healthcare infrastructure in India, both public and private, have tried their best to digitally connect to various connected worlds. So we can connect to our hospital systems directly through telephone, through various measures of telecommunication, like we are doing today through a digital world. And also our patient care has to be connected in a digital way. So this digital connectivity became more of a need. Of course, there is no substitute to examining a patient. But what happens is that has been mitigated to the minimal. There are many areas where we can manage a lot of diseases. We can take a very good history taking, a detailed history taking. We can actually ask the patient to self-measure their parameters like temperature, pulse, maybe blood pressure, maybe even the pulse oximeter after doing a 6-minute walk test, the oxygen saturation. Many of these things can be measured digitally transmitted digitally. Today, we have a digital ECG possible, a digital rhythm disorder possible, and many applications across the world have tried to connect the medicine in a digital way. And it gives us a lot of assurance and access. See, the biggest challenge today to our patients and population at large is access to healthcare professionals. And telehealth provides the ease of access, 24/7, 365-day access. And this access is vital for healthcare. It is vital for patient care. And I think the digital platform provides that access, provides that mechanism, provides that gateway so that in the connected ecosystem, the digital health ecosystem, we are connected. See, remember that core of our medical consultation is communication. And to communicate, we can use the virtual platform extremely effectively. It's very rare and exceptional that we need to examine the patient. I understand that we have surgical colleagues, we have small children to examine, we have a lot of imaging facilities where we actually still need physical. So I would not say that if COVID goes after a year or two, I would not like to go and see. I love my patients. I would love to sit in my clinic and examine them, talk to them one-on-one. But because of this unusual circumstance, I am certain that in the years to come, eventually a hybrid model will evolve, where what is necessary, what is vital, will still be seen one-on-one. But it's also important to recognize that as healthcare workers and doctors, you know, the mortality rate in the general population of COVID is around 5%, coming down to 3% in India, which is much good compared to the Western world. When it comes to the mortality among the doctors, it is as high as 10 to 15%. And that's a huge area of concern because a lot of our professional colleagues we have lost. And I would like to pray for their soul and they get sadgati, but it has been very sad. So we have to protect ourselves in the clinic. We have to spend minimum time in our clinic. We have to follow and suspect that every patient, if you are still seeing physical patients in your clinic, every patient, positive or negative, you follow universal biosafety measures because that patient or its caregiver, you never know, might be an asymptomatic carrier or a spreader or super spreader. And the only vaccine available for COVID care today is the social distancing, masking, and the sanitization. In the clinic, it is important to have our clinic well ventilated, less crowded. So when we have this less ventilated, more ventilation, good air quality being important, air infection, disinfection control, virtual clinic actually became a reality. And virtual clinic is here to stay. A lot of our consultation can be done virtually. Not only you can consult somebody, I am in Mumbai and I can see somebody in Ranchi, I can see somebody in Patna, I can see somebody in Chennai or Bangalore, but that person doesn't have to take the hardship of taking a flight and coming here. So they have also for the patients an access to doctors across India and even outside India. You know that it is possible, feasible, and appropriate that we are able to get that healthcare connectivity. And this new normal of COVID times has allowed us to digitally connect a larger populace so that we can serve our patients better and more efficiently. The other thing is that because the MCI has made the telehealth possible and feasible, it is easier to connect without contracting an infection, either for the patient, their caregiver, or for the healthcare doctor. It is very, very important that everybody goes into a self-protection mode. In fact, in COVID care itself, a lot of patients can be managed by home isolation by being teleconnected with their patients. And therefore, I congratulate this Connect to Clinic team that they have come with one more solution, which is a very comprehensive solution. I don't want to talk a lot about this solution right now because I'm sure that is why we are all here. They have tried to touch a very important cog of consultation. Virtual consultations and a virtual clinic is an order of the day. Just 5 years back, I don't think we would have thought of that. It would be an order of the day. It could have been an order of the day. We, have these big challenges, big issues. But remember, what is crucial, what is critical, what is important is we need to be digitally connected. Now remember that there is too much of information overload. We are living in a digital era. My mantra for good health is every day, everybody should have a 2-hour digital detox because there is excessive sensory overload. There is this WhatsApp university, Google University, television screen. We have your mobile phone screen. You have so many other screens and so on and so forth. You have a overwhelming sensory overload. And because there is overwhelming sensory overload, it is next to impossible to ensure that we need that digital connect. In this digital connectivity, it is very, very crucial that in uncertain times, we get a platform where we are able to communicate and touch base with our patients. They also feel at ease. Our teams of dietitians, nurses, pharmacists are also connected with them so that they are able to ensure that in this so-called better normal, they get home service at home care at home, and they have better health. My last point, and I know I'm little out of time, is that the mantra for prevention today in this so-called better normal is please eat on time, please eat less, please eat slowly and right. Please do at least 10,000 steps a day. Do some Surya Namaskar, yoga, pranayam, improve your lung health, expand your lungs from 60% to 90%. Ensure that you sleep for a good 8 hours and don't get digitally intoxicated to 2 hours of digital detox. And please be positive, cheerful, and smile. Thank you very much for this opportunity for talking to all of you all. And Isha, you can take over from here. Thank you.